2024 was an incredible year. I got nearly 300 rides on 96 different coasters. I met some great friends along the way and started this YouTube channel while working full-time as a travel nurse in Rochester, New York. I've put together a list of the top 24 coasters that I rode in 2024, and I added an honorable mention and a most unique coaster award as well. If you would, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think about my top 24. Last but not least, hit the like button and share it with others. So let's start. With my most unique coaster award, it goes to Franken-Coaster. This is in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. It sits on top of the House of Frankenstein and Burger King in the Clifton Hills area. It is Canada's only rooftop roller coaster, and it's nowhere near an amusement park. My honorable mention this year goes to Phoenix at Knoebels Park in Pennsylvania. Awarded the best wooden roller coaster for the past 6 years, this is an airtime machine. It doesn't look very big, but you spend most of your ride floating against the lap bar. Definitely worth a trip to America's largest admission-free amusement park. Now I'm starting my top 24 in the Black Forest of Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Verbolten. Verbolten is a launch coaster that features a great indoor dark section with quite an unsuspected surprise. It's been one of my favorites for several years now. Number 23 is the Beast at Kings Island. The Beast is the longest wooden roller coaster in the world and covers 35 wooded acres. It's best experienced at night, and it seems to be out of control in the darkness. It's hard to believe that a wooden structure can handle that much force. Number 22 is north of the border at Canada's Wonderland. Yukon Striker is the largest and tallest dive coaster in the world. This B&M dive coaster has a great layout and keeps good pacing throughout the ride. Number 21, Pandemonium at Hershey Park. I love B&M Hybris because of the airtime, especially sitting in the back row. However, I feel like the trim brake right before the last small airtime hill and the helix around the fountain are a little bit too much. I'm always expecting more right there, but it's still a great ride. Number 20 is Banshee at Kings Island. Banshee is the longest and fastest inverted coaster in the world. It features exaggerated elements which allow it to keep a great pace. Number 19 is Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland. I was very surprised by this B&M Hyper. I wasn't expecting much because I haven't heard much about it, but on that back half, the airtime is incredible. Number 18 is Gatekeeper at Cedar Point. I just love the unique feeling of sitting on the outside of a wing coaster, and flying through the keyholes above the entry gate is so iconic. Number 17 is Loch Ness Monster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. This, in my opinion, is the best aero looper still left in existence. It opened in 1978 and seems to be getting better as the years go by. I love the interlocking loops over the water, and the new upgrades are very nice. Number 16, Hydra the Revenge at Dorney Park. That roll out of the station is amazing. That element alone got it on this list, but it really has a great layout as well. I was really surprised with this one. Number 15 is Jersey Devil Coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure. This RMC Raptor is very underrated in my opinion, but you have to ride it in the very last seat, seat 12, to get the full experience of this ride. Number 14 is Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. Maybe the best complete experience from the queue to the final breaks on this list. This ride itself is one of the best, if not the best, B&M flyers in the world. Great elements such as the intense pretzel loop, low dive over the water, and the falls flyby make this coaster number 14. But the standby queue might be the best in the world as you are immersed around sea life. Number 13 is Diamondback at Kings Island. Diamondback is another B&M hyper coaster that may possibly have the best pacing of all the hyper coasters. It's got great speed and a splashdown at the end. Again, as with other coasters at Kings Island, this one is great at night as it travels away from the park out into the woods. At number 12 is the OG, Original Giga Millennial Force. Cedar Point opened this coaster in the year 2000. It still runs as good now as it did then. At 310 feet tall, 93 miles per hour, and 6,595 feet of track, it carries so much speed throughout. I always look forward to riding this over and over. Number 11, Stormrunner, Hershey Park. I love launch coasters, and this one surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to be so intense. This Intamin hydraulic launch is the fourth most intense launch of current operating coasters in the world. It goes from 0 to 72 miles per hour in 2 seconds. The launch is followed by a great ride in itself. Before I get into the top 10, please take a moment to hit the like button and share this video with other coaster enthusiasts. Once again, if you like this content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, the top 10. Number 10, Sky Rush Hershey Park. This Intamin coaster has a great first drop into a low bank turn that might just give you a great moment. This entire ride is really good, and it's easy to see why some coaster lovers have this at the top of their list. Number 9, Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland. Leviathan opened in 2012 as the tallest and fastest coaster in Canada. At 306 feet and 92 miles per hour, sitting in the back row, I experienced some good airtime, much more airtime than on other Gigas that I have ridden. Number 8, El Toro Six Flags Great Adventure. This Intamin wooden coaster does things that wooden coasters really shouldn't do, like 3 great drops, quick switchbacks, and sustained velocity. This is one wild ride. Number 7, Steel Vengeance, Cedar Point. Steel Vengeance broke 10 world records when it opened. Among these included tallest, fastest, and longest hybrid coaster. At 205 feet tall, 74 miles per hour, and 5,740 feet of track, this is definitely an RMC masterpiece. I'm looking forward to more rides in 2025. Number 6, Mako SeaWorld Orlando. This is my personal favorite roller coaster for many reasons, but most of all because of the airtime throughout the ride, especially in the back row. The rush of the first drop and that first airtime hill in the back row is just incredible. Number 5, Mystic Timbers Kings Island. This GCI wooden coaster is unhinged as it takes you on a wild ride back into the woods where you're making quick turns and jumping airtime hills. It keeps an incredible speed throughout the course, and as with other rides at Kings Island, this is a must night ride. Number 4, Maverick at Cedar Point. Everything I said about Mystic Timbers, but on a steel track. Unhinged chaos. This ride has everything in one coaster. The first time you ride it, you really won't know which way you're going. The lift hill launch is good, but the second launch out of the tunnel is the best. When you get off of this ride, you feel like you've done something. Number 3, Wildcats Revenge Hershey Park. Awarded Best New Roller Coaster in 2023, this RMC hybrid delivers in every way. I got more rides on this coaster than any other coaster in 2024. It's not the tallest or the fastest, but the pacing is unmatched by any other except Iron Closet. This RMC is great. Now a moment of silence. Number 2, Long Live the King. Six Flags Great Adventure's formerly known coaster King to Ka. Arms down, head back, hold on. Those words are infamous now. That launch was so insane. I'm so glad I got the opportunity to experience this for the first and only time in 2024. Now, for the number 1 coaster that I rode in 2024. Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point. May 10th, 2024 is a day I'll never forget. It was a beautiful day in Sandusky, Ohio. Far different from the day before when the weather was so bad Top Thrill 2 didn't even open. But on May 10th, I got to the park early and was one of the first in line, and I was fortunate to be on the back row of my only ride on this great coaster. What an experience. The initial launch is nothing near the original Top Thrill dragster, but the highlight of this ride is the spike. That floater airtime at 400 feet and the incredible views are indescribable. I'm cautiously optimistic that Zamperla and Cedar Point will have Top Thrill 2 ready to go for 2025 season. And I hope they don't change the trains too much, because the height of the seats allowed for great airtime on the top hat and good lateral whip on the down spiral. It's an incredible ride that I hope you all get to experience. That's my top 24 for 2024. Thanks again for watching. Have a great 2025 riding coasters, and God bless.